Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Code with Sunny, and today I am going to talk about the problem Fibonacci number. Index number is 509 and the problem is of easy type of lead code. Okay, now basically this problem is the standard problem and it is the very well known problem to the many of the, you can say, many of the coders. Now the Fibonacci number, commonly denoted as Fn, form a sequence called the Fibonacci sequence, and where the Fibonacci sequence is actually the sum of the previous two preceding terms. That is, if we are intended to calculate Fn, then we need to know f of n minus 1 and f of n minus 2. Then we are going to sum up these two values and we are going to find the value of Fn. Okay, and we have the two base values, that is f of 0 will be 0 and f of 1 will be 1 always. Okay, now we need to calculate Fn. So how we are going to do that? Okay, now so let me explain this problem, or you can say find out the best solution of this problem using 4-5 methods. I'm going to explain the all the methods one by one. Okay, so let's start to understand all these methods one by one. Okay, now you can see if we need to calculate the value of Fn, we need to know the value of f of n minus 1 and f of n minus 2, and we need to sum up these two values. Okay, and you if you focus on the terms, if we need to calculate f of n minus 1, we also need to know f of n minus 2 and f of n minus 3, and we need to sum up these terms. Okay, and similarly for this one, we need to know f of n minus 3 and f of n minus 4 similarly. Now you can see there is a recursive relation that we are obtaining, and we need to define a recursive function where the base values are like f of 0 equals 0 and f of 1 is equal to 1. So we can easily implement this or find a recursive solution of this Fibonacci number, but it would take we can simplify this time complexity of this process by using a you can say a linear array, by using a dynamic programming approach from bottom to top. Okay, so let's find it out how we can use the memoization approach, or using the dynamic programming to implement this Fibonacci sequence. Okay, so let me do some changes over there. Okay, so okay, so now the Fibonacci approach is basically you have to maintain a n size array, and for every sequence of n you have to write the, you can say, f of n minus 1 plus f of n minus 2 simply. And now you can easily see f is basically my array of size n plus 1. F is basically array of size n plus 1 with base values initialized as f of 0 as 0 and f of 1 as similarly 1. And if we are asked to calculate the value of Fn, that is nth Fibonacci sequence, nth Fibonacci number of this sequence, we need to calculate the value of Fn using this one and this one. Okay, now just iterate from 0. Okay, so 0 is already filled, 1 is already filled, so just iterate from 2 up to the n and find for every I from 2 to n, or we need to calculate f of I. Then we have already calculated f of I minus 1 and f of I minus 2. Just sum up these values. Okay, that is f of I minus 1 plus f of I minus 2, and finally if we have iterated from 2 to n, our answer will be simply f of n. Okay, so this should be our answer. So this is basically dynamic programming approach of this problem. Okay, so can we optimize this to much extent, that is, can we reduce the space complexity of this process? Yes, we can reduce the space complexity of this process. How we are going to reduce the space complexity of this process? It is just simply as you can write, since we are focused on only the two previous terms. Suppose we are at a term, let's say C, then we need to know the this term and another this term. Okay, so let's call it as A and B. Okay, so if we are intended to find out this value C, you can easily see C equals A plus B. Okay, now if C is equal to A plus B, then after completing this iteration we need to move further, and if we are intended to move further, we need to just change the values of A and B also for further iterations, or you can say for finding further numbers of the this Fibonacci sequence. So how we are going to modify this A and B? You can easily see, I can just write as A as B and you can say B as C. Okay, so if I'm going to write A as B and B as C, then my A becomes this one and my B becomes this one. Okay, so what is my new sequence? So this is done, and this is my A, and this is my B. Now I need to find this C, which is my next number of this Fibonacci sequence, which can be easily find now as also as C equals A plus B. You can easily see. So at last we are just going to print the value of what? You can say at last we are going to just print the value of B, because B is the last most, you can say last number of this Fibonacci sequence. So I'm just modifying the previous two terms, you can say A and B, such that we can easily perform the value of operation C equals A plus B for the next Fibonacci number. This is basically a space optimized approach, you can see. Rather than maintaining an entire array of size n plus 1, we can use easily the three variables to find out the nth Fibonacci sequence of this, you can say, of this method of finding the Fibonacci number. Okay, so this was the almost third approach, or you can say. Okay, so let me introduce another method to find out the Fibonacci number, nth Fibonacci number. Okay, so you can see nth Fibonacci number can also be calculated using this number. Like okay, so I'm not pretty much sure about that. It is like the matrix 2 into 2 matrix. Okay, so let's say this is a 2 into matrix of this, called it as A. Then if we calculate the value of A power n, okay, if we calculate the value of A power n, then it would be like f of n plus 1, and it should be like I think, yes, f of n plus 1, and this is f of n minus 1, and there it should be like f of n and f of n. That is the nth Fibonacci number, n plus 1 Fibonacci number, n minus 1 Fibonacci number. I think I'm not so much sure about that. Yes, this is the actually, yes, I think this is right. So if you calculate the nth power of this matrix, then we get the n plus 1 Fibonacci number over as first element of this first row, and similarly the nth Fibonacci number as second element of this first row, and similarly f of n and f of n minus 1. Okay, now the process lies that can we iterate and find out this nth, you can say nth power of this matrix A? No, we are not going to do that. We are going to use the binary exponentiation. You can also say the fast exponentiation, binary exponentiation, to find out the nth power of this matrix in log of n time complexity. Okay, now in the previous methods you can see I have the O of n time complexity approach, where I'm going to iterate up to n times and find out the nth Fibonacci number. Here we can easily find using binary exponentiation, that is the first exponentiation in log of n time complexity. If you are unaware about this concept, binary exponentiation, so do check the description section of the video for finding the binary exponentiation tutorial. Okay, so if you are going to calculate the n plus nth Fibonacci number in log of n time complexity, that would be like a very much good approach. And now I'm going to just introduce to find out the Fibonacci number in the best possible way, that is O of 1 time and O of 1 space complexity. Okay, and this is for time and this is for space. In the previous methods I have talked about O of log of n time, O of n time, and O of 1 space, something like. Now I am going to talk about the best solution, or you can say the best one, to find out the nth Fibonacci number, that is in O of 1 time and O of 1 space complexity. So let's find it out how we are going to do that. Okay, so let me erase this all these stuffs. Okay, so yes, it is done. Okay, so what is that solution of O of 1 time and O of 1 space complexity solution? Okay, so it is just basically a formula, that is root 5 plus 1 upon 2 to the power n upon root 5. Okay, now you're just wondering about how I've got this formula. It is nothing but I've taken it from a reference of a website. So if you're unaware about that, I'm also going to mention that website link in my description section of the video to have the correctness of this formula, correctness proof. Okay, so if you're going to calculate the rounded value of this number, then you are going to get the nth, you can say f of n value. That is the nth Fibonacci number. N is the actually the nth Fibonacci number that we need to find. So if you are going to calculate root 5 plus 1 upon 2 to the power n and divided by root 5, and this rounded value, perform the round operation of this value, and then you can get the f of nth Fibonacci number. Okay, So let us move further to find out the best solution, or you can in the coding part. Okay, so you can see I have written some code stuff over here and still I haven't submitted. You can see double base. I'm going to find out the base 1 plus square root of 5 upon 2. This is basically the base 1 plus square root of 5 to the power n. You can see power of base comma n, and that is going to be divided by square root of 5. Okay, and find the rounded value of this number. Okay, so if you find the rounded value of this number, then it should be our answer. Okay, so let me submit this code and find out the best solution. Yes, it is good. So if you have any doubts, do let me know in the comment section of the video, and I will ask the viewers to like this video, share this video, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest updates. Thank you for watching this video.